So in this video, I'm going to show you how you can sign high-ticket agency clients in 2025 and beyond. I'm going to basically show you our proven formula that allows us to consistently book 20 to 30 qualified sales meetings every month and basically sign new clients every month as well. So very rarely showing my own results, but I feel like in this video it might be actually helpful because not only we help a lot of our clients with it, basically implement YouTube so they can use that to get more clients and scale, but we also do it for ourselves. And I'm not going to talk just about YouTube in this video. I'm actually going to talk about a bunch of different things. I'm going to reveal like literally everything that we're doing right now to get new clients and scale. But as you can see, basically over the last 3 months, just on Stripe, we made around like $130,000. Right now, having some clients within our country and, having a lot of like wire transfers. With the wire transfers, the number is probably closer to around, 150,000, meaning we're averaging around like 50,000 over the last 3 months or so, as you can see here. And during some months, we've been able to even book, 49 events. So basically in 30 days from August 5th to September 5th, we booked around 50 meetings, and we are able to book consistently those 20 to 30 meetings along, amongst all the different things that we're doing. Now, before I actually show you like all the stuff, there's one thing I want to show you, and this is a tweet from a guy called Matthew Larson. I really like watching Matthew content. I follow him on Twitter. He basically scaled his agency to like $900,000 per month, which is absolutely crazy to me. But what he's saying, I saw this tweet long time ago, even though this one is posted like November 23rd. I saw this tweet a long time ago, something similar from Matthew, where he said that you need to basically do all the different acquisition methods when you run an agency because every single one makes the other one perform better. And that's what we started to implement actually, back in like this summer, so July, August, September, and that's how we've been able to scale it from like $20,000-$30,000 a month to basically now doing $50,000-$60,000 almost instantly. We literally doubled the size of the business in like 3 months or so. And one of the reasons is because we basically started to focus on doing all those things instead of just trying to rely on one method. So that's the first thing I wanted to say, that if you run an agency in 2025, you cannot focus on just one acquisition method. And even if right now, let's say cold email is working well for you, if YouTube is working well for you, if maybe ads are working well for you, you need to diversify. You need to diversify firstly because you seem like you don't want to put all the eggs into one basket, but also if you're doing ads and then you also do YouTube and then you also do LinkedIn outreach and then you also do like all these other methods, it will literally build this ecosystem where everything just gets the best results in the end. So that's why you literally need to do all those things at the same time. And I'm gonna basically show you like what we're using right now. So this is like a client acquisition funnel flywheel structure that we have inside of our agency. So there's some things we're doing as a top of funnel. There are some things that we're doing both for the traffic, top of funnel, but also nurturing and conversion. And then we also have a process to actually nurture and convert, leads at the very bottom. And I'm going to walk you through that in a second. I'm going to walk you through all of these different methods separately. And why is it important to do all those different things? And why not just focus on one method that can work really great for me? And it's simply because of this, pyramid of awareness that you can see here, this triangle. Because what most agencies are doing is they just try to capitalize on those like 3% that are buying now. So people that know they have a problem, that they know they need a solution, and that they know they need to do it right now. And that's why, let's say they're doing cold emails and it's working well for them because they are reaching basically this 3% of the market and they're able to sign new clients. But what happens when the market is small, or when simply you want to scale further, you want to sign more clients than just like, a few clients a month, is that you need to have a process, you need to have a system that allows you to get all of these people, like basically get people from not problem aware to problem aware. People from problem aware to like information gathering mode, and then people from information gathering mode to the state where they want to buy right now. You need to be able to do that with your, with your systems. And that's, for example, what you can do with content. There's a lot of different things you can do here to actually cause that, but you need to know how to get someone from literally not knowing that they even have a problem to then wanting to become your client. And you need to have you need to have a proven process to do that. And what we're doing, I'm going to walk you through everything one by one. Firstly, there's obviously YouTube. We actually practice what we preach, so we talk a lot about YouTube, and I also do YouTube myself. Content strategy is really simple. Usually I'm posting 2 long-form videos a week, and then I'm also using YouTube community tab to basically do some posts there. I'm not doing short-form content at the moment. I'm basically just relying on long-form videos. That's what's working, the best in the agency space. Usually it's just making really valuable long-form content and then having a good strategy behind that as well. But basically the way I'm doing YouTube is I just record the videos, and I'm actually a client of my agency as well. So my team takes care of everything else. Basically that's why I can only put like 2 hours a week into preparing videos and then sitting down like I'm sitting right now and just recording them. And then I have my team taking care of everything else, like the editing, the funnels, the posting, all of those things are covered. And that's why I can easily stay consistent. It doesn't take me a lot of time, and it's one of the highest leverage thing I can do because it only takes me 2 hours. The videos live here forever. The videos attract my ideal clients. We've been able to sign probably around 10 or even more clients this year. So like we're signing at least 1 client every single month from YouTube, sometimes even more if we count the consulting deal that we got from that. So that's an amazing way of acquiring clients for us, because not only it helps us just get the top of funnel traffic and then, get people to find out about me and then book a call. But interesting thing that we noticed is that when we're doing cold emails, a lot of people actually go from cold emails to my YouTube content and then they book through YouTube. And we can see that they booked through YouTube, but then when I'm meeting with them, they say, well, they actually got my email first. So that's why YouTube works really good. If you're doing cold outbound, any type, LinkedIn, email, you need to have a YouTube channel as well, because that will literally like 5x the results that you're getting from it. So videos, you can just go for my channel and see what type of content I'm making. So I'm not going to talk about that too long. And then the community tab, again, you can do the same thing. Go to the community tab and see what I'm posting there. You can just go here, click on community, and you will see the post. Interestingly enough, like the posts on YouTube are something that not a lot of people are doing. And even though the engagement is not crazy, I actually booked quite a lot of calls from these posts as well. So that's why I'm a huge fan of the YouTube community tab, because again, not a lot of people are using it. Now, second thing we're doing is we have a really good outbound strategy. And almost what we see is that almost every client that succeeds with us, that gets really good results working with us and like building a YouTube channel, they actually also have a good outbound strategy in place, because then, as I mentioned, YouTube makes it perform way better. As you can see, even though we don't have a crazy open rate, here this is like a screenshot from Instantly, basically just here's just like 1 month, so like August, but we have different always like the results might vary month to month, but it's just like August. Here you can see the open rate is below 40%. I think we're not tracking the open rates on every campaign, so that's why it might be a bit lower. In reality, it might be around like 45-50%. The reply rate is at like 6.6%. Of course, it's not the positive reply rate, but a lot of the replies that we're getting are actually positive, and you can see we got 57 leads from that, like 57 interested people just in August, and we are able to keep similar numbers like right now as well. Another thing that we're doing is we have a LinkedIn campaigns going on as well. I think that's not something that a lot of people are doing, but you can see here that we're basically using the same leads that we're using for Instantly. We just take everyone that didn't reply to us or like didn't book a call, and then we input them to the LinkedIn campaigns as well. And here we can see we contacted around like 1.2 thousand people. A lot of the campaigns that we have here are not launched yet or are just like starting out, as you can see. And then from that we also get around like 6% reply rate, so 5.7%, meaning we got 272 replies. So even if you, let's say, just 50% of them are actually positive, the screenshot is from the past few months, we got over 36,000 positive replies from that. So we've been also able to set a lot of meetings with that strategy. And what we're doing specifically, as I said, we're doing these 2 platforms, around 500 to 1,000 highly targeted leads a week. Now we dropped it down a bit to like 500, just because we are not even able to sign as many clients as we could potentially get. We have a very simple structure. All those messages, we are leveraging Illume videos. So every time someone replies, I have a team member filming the Illume videos for these people, basically showing them how our strategy looks like, what type of results they can expect, like walking them through the whole process. And then we leverage YouTube content in follow-ups and in the messaging as well. And as I said, I have a team member managing the whole system. That's the second thing that we have. Now, aside from it, we also have accounts on Twitter and LinkedIn, but that's more for just to be there on these platforms. I'm not doing a lot. I try to be as consistent as possible with my Twitter account, although I'm not posting a lot. But also my business partner has LinkedIn accounts in Polish, for the Polish market. And then we're doing some 2-step posts, and we're getting way more traction there than we're getting on the English market, international market. So we also use LinkedIn for us those 2-step posts, and then basically we share YouTube videos. So we leverage YouTube videos in this strategy, and on top of that we have an appointment setter taking care of the conversations and setting calls with people that actually positively reply to these posts. And as you can see, there's quite a lot of leads that we're getting here. Now, one thing that we have going on that I recommend to literally every agency owner, and I think maybe 5% of agency owners actually use that, is a newsletter. Newsletter is one of the best decisions I made. One friend recommended to me to start a newsletter for my agency, and there are like few ways we're getting leads for that newsletter. So one thing is our funnel, one thing is lead magnets, and then also we're adding everyone that books a call to this email list. So right now it's around like 500 people, just because we didn't do a lot of like lead magnets and we kind of stopped the funnel. So the only way it grows at the moment is by basically just adding everyone that book a call with us. But it's an ultimate follow-up machine. It basically works, it nurtures the prospects even more for like months after they initially talked. So there's a lot of people that I'm talking to that might not be qualified at the moment, or that simply are not ready to take action yet. And then instead of me just manually follow-up with them, I mean, I'm doing that as well. But basically, newsletter is also an amazing way to kind of automate that, because you just have everyone on that email list, and then you can just send, hell, and again, a lot of the times I'm just using YouTube content. I would say 80% of my emails are actually leveraging YouTube videos in them, and then almost every time I send a newsletter, I get at least a positive reply or a call booked from that. So if I'm doing it only maybe 2 times a week, sometimes 3 times a week, it almost always generates positive replies for us and calls booked. So that's why it's really, and as you can see, here are some stats. So basically we have around like 560 people. Usually we're getting around like 35 to 40% open rate, and the number of clicks really depends on the specific email, but it's anywhere from like 5 to even like 13 clicks to the YouTube video and then to the calendar as well. So that's why it works really well for us. Now, on top of that, what I want to touch on is the website and branding, because in the past I was thinking that having a good looking website is not actually important, because people, don't make the decision whether they want to work with me based on the website. And to some extent that's true. And I know a lot of agency owners that scaled even without having a proper website. But at the same time, I feel like the bigger the client, the more they care about the branding, because it actually kind of makes sense, especially if we're doing, let's say, YouTube, where there's a lot of like visual elements like the thumbnail design and the video editing. Our website kind of represents what we're doing, so we need to make sure that it simply looks good. It's almost the same as my YouTube channel. If my thumbnails would be bad, if like the branding here would be bad, then no one would really want to book a call with me and work with my agency, because my YouTube channel kind of represents what we're doing. So that's the same with the website. So the bigger are the clients that you're going after, the more you should invest in having a good website. And why I think it's important, because actually we want to start running some retargeting ads. So we started collecting data with Google Analytics, and as you can see, we're getting around 500 people going to the website in the last 14 days, even though we're not even promoting it. So there's 500 people visiting our website. So that I can say that it's around 1,000 people that are visiting the website every single month. And I would say that it's actually quite important how many of them we can actually convert to a call. And that's why having a good looking website with a solid structure, case studies, testimonials, more information is really important. People still use websites. Now, all the things I'm talking about wouldn't even make sense if you're not optimizing your sales process, because getting leads and calls booked is actually one thing, and then making sure that you can turn those leads and calls into actual paying clients is a whole different story. And you need to know how to optimize your sales process. And what I wrote here is that beginner agency owners focus on just improving their closing skills, and then advanced agency owners focus on improving their sales process. And that's not just based on my experience, that's also based on the experience, I have working with different agency owners, ranging from 10K per month to even $700,000 a month. And what you need to understand is that if your sales process is looking something like this, so you get a call booked, then there's, the first call, then you set the second call, and then you close someone on the second call or not. And then, there are follow-ups, you can close them later. But at every stage of the way, there will be a percent of prospects dropping off. Not everyone that booked a call is going to show up. Not everyone that scheduled a second call is going to show up to the second call. Not everyone that comes to the second call is going to end up becoming a client. So your goal is to basically increase all of these percents, like increase all these numbers. Because if you're booking 10 calls a week, but then you only have 70% show up rate, meaning there's only 7 people actually showing up to these calls. And then again, maybe you have one more person dropping off for that second meeting, meaning you only get 6 people on the second meeting. And then, you can only close 25% of that, meaning, you get around 1.5 clients every week. Even small improvements here, like, increasing the show up rate to like 90% instead. So you have 9 calls taken, and then improving the drop off here as well. So maybe you're not losing any clients, any prospects here. And then you keep all the 9 clients for the second call. Well, maybe, one might be unqualified. So let's keep it at 8. And then you close 25. Now it's 2 clients a week. And in 1 month, it's basically the difference between signing 6 clients and signing 8 clients. And the only thing that you did is really just change some things. And so the whole goal of your sales process is to make the closing, make the sale as easy as taking orders. You need to make it as close to taking orders as possible. That's why it's a huge mistake if the only thing that you have is auto reminders in Calendly, if you don't have a thank you page, if you're not sending any resources or summary email after the first call, before that second meeting. And that's why those are the things that you need to implement right now, because at the moment our show up rate is over 90%, and then most people show up to that second call as well, and it close a lot of people, and the ones that we don't close, we end up closing a bit later, just because our sales process is really streamlined. So if someone says no, or like if someone says, oh, I want to do it later, we don't have this situation like most of you probably have, where you never hear from that person ever again. We actually have a lot of people come back to us because of how good our sales process is, how streamlined it is. So a few things you can implement today: booked call funnel with thank you page. Have a thank you page. Every time someone books a call, they need to be redirected to the thank you page, where you basically can, where you can have a video showing them like the next steps, or, and send them some more resources, show the case studies, show the client testimonials. You also want to have automated email and SMS reminders. Again, optimize them with more information, more case studies, more testimonials, more information, so they can consume that before the call. So when they come to the call, they are pretty warmed up. Then email confirmation before the call to increase the show up rate to 90%. We'll literally have the most simple strategy to increase our show up rate. It's just the email that people need to confirm that they're gonna be there. They need to reply, I'll be there, or simply we can cancel the call if they don't do that. And what we see is that it literally increased our show up rate from like 70-80% to 90% plus. And then you need to have a good summary email between the first and second meeting, along with some more information to send to the prospect, so that they are excited for that second call and again are easier to close. Now there's way more things you can do here, like improve your pitch deck, maybe increase your closing skills as well by getting better at sales. But it's basically a whole other topic for a different video. So that's basically what we're doing right now, and that's what I recommend you to do as well if you want to sign agency clients in 2025. Because if you're just relying on one method, maybe being ads, maybe cold email, maybe LinkedIn outreach, whatever that is, you're missing out on a lot of clients, you're missing out on a lot of growth. And the more clients you're getting every month, the faster you scale. So over 1 year, it can make a huge difference. It can literally be a difference between you being at 30K a month at the end of the year and you being at 150K a month at the end of the year. So that's basically what we're planning to do, to scale to like 100K per month over the next 12 months, in 2025. Now, if you want us to help you grow a YouTube channel with just 2 hours a week of work, basically you just recording videos and us taking care of everything else, from the strategy to helping you out with the scripts, editing, funnel design, YouTube SEO, make sure to book a call down below, or check out our website for more information if you're not ready to book a call yet. And if you want my personal help with helping you actually build the whole client acquisition infrastructure, everything from the content to a proper outbound strategy, to setting up a newsletter, to optimizing your sales process, helping you out with the pitch deck, all of those things, I'm launching a new offer, and I'm currently looking for 2 to 3 agency owners that are interested in just having me do it for their business at a really heavy discount, just because I want to get a few case studies outside of my agency and our YouTube clients as well. So if you are interested in that, make sure to DM me on Twitter or on X, or you can just book a call and put in the notes new offer, and I'll know that it's basically for this new offer that I'm launching. But anyway, looking forward to chatting with you soon, and make sure to go watch this video next, where I show you exactly how we helped our client Nick grow his YouTube channel and sign over 50 clients for his agency through that. See you on the other side.